welcome to Fantastic Books and where to find them. And today we have part 2 of our A Court of Winds and Ruin videos. Today we're going to focus on the quotes we've been given. They've been on Sarah's Tumblr page, and Bloomsbury have been giving out some, I think, as well. And they've all been sort of like on a background which is similar to the book, so they're all very obvious. Hopefully we'll have some accompanying pictures as well, depending how much my editor hates me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the quotes, and I'm going to talk about the quotes a little bit. Obviously we have nothing confirmed at the moment, although apparently there are spoilers starting to appear on Tumblr, so you've been warned, try and keep away. I mean, I think they've got to be fake. There's no screenshots or anything, it's just people writing stuff out, but I don't want to know, but it's just a heads up that they're out there apparently, so just be careful. Obviously there won't technically be anything spoiler in this. Obviously if you've not read the previous 2 books, the events will probably be spoiled territory, as it were. So just be very careful of that. I mean, the odds are you're probably not going to be watching this if you've not read the previous books, so. But just in case, that's what I'll give you the warning. So we're going to crack on with these quotes. There are 13 quotes that have been given so far. I've tried to record this as close to the publication date of the video as possible, so that I shouldn't hopefully miss any in between. But it's currently Sunday, and this is going to come out on the Tuesday, hopefully. Okay, so let's crack on. Quote number 1. My goal was bigger than revenge, my purpose greater than my personal retribution. Okay, so this is obviously going to be about Feyre being at the Spring Court, which is, as far as I'm aware, she's going to be at the beginning of the book. Possibly referring to the fact that although she does want her personal revenge, because of Tamlin, and through Tamlin, the King of Highborn, her sisters have been turned into Fae against their will, and they're all now being kept prisoner, and she's being kept away from Rhysand and her Night Court family. So although she wants that personal revenge, her being there is, I'm guessing, going to help the resistance, as it were, help the Night Court fight back, and hopefully get information maybe on Highborn. And then that should help. And I'm assuming her sisters are going to be there, especially now the mating bond between Lucy and Elaine is apparent. I can't see Lucian wanting her to be away from him, and I can't see Tamlin putting him through that, but you never know. So yeah, that's what I think that's about. I think that's her realising that it's bigger than her. Quote number 2. I repeated their names silently over and over into the darkness. Rhysand, Mor, Cassian, Amren, Azriel, Elaine, Nesta. Now I think this again has to be Feyre, just because of the names that are there. It's all her family from the Night Court, so I'm assuming it's going to be her. Originally I thought this would be again at the Spring Court to help her get through. I can imagine her laying in bed at night chanting their names in her head, especially if Tamlin is trying to resume their nightly activities, which I really hope he's not attempting, because no. Although obviously I didn't really like Tamlin during the second book, I don't think many people did, I really want him to get a redemption story, like a decent one. I want him to deserve it as well. So I'm hoping he has common sense enough to see that's not alright, hopefully, but we'll see. But I think perhaps instead this scene could be, I can imagine Feyre is maybe being held captive somewhere. Perhaps even she's gone willingly to maybe the King of Highborn or someone else, to save her family, and she's reminding herself that that's why she's there, and it'll be fine because either they'll get her out or at least they'll be safe, perhaps. Personally, I'm really looking forward to when the book comes out and I can look back on these quotes and see what they're actually about. Now, number 3, we deserve to be happy, and I will fight with everything I have to ensure it. Now, I think this one is, I originally thought this would be Rhysand to Feyre, because, of course, but actually I think it might be Tamlin, and that sounds weird, but like when Tamlin thinks that Feyre is still with him and so on and so forth, and he's saying what he did so that they could be happy, perhaps, or maybe it's even like he's going to stand up against Highborn and he's going to ensure their happiness. That sounds really bad if he already like knows about Rhysand and that at that point, but who knows. But that's kind of the feel I got from it. The way it's said doesn't sound very Feyre at all, and I'm not sure it sounds very Rhysand, but I could be wrong. But that's what my gut tells me anyway. Quote number 4 now. You belong to all of us and we belong to you. Now this is going to be one of the Night Court for sure to Feyre. reminding her that she's a part of their family in the Night Court. I know I keep saying, a lot of people call them the Inner Circle, but I call them like they're a little family, really, aren't they? I think it could particularly be Rhysand or Morgan seems like a proper like sister to Feyre, which is lovely. But it could just as easily be Az or Cassian. Probably not Amryn, but you never know. I'd really like it to be Amryn because I kind of love her. She's probably one of my favourite. I mean, I love all of the Night Court Inner Circle, but I really love Amryn. I think she's brilliant. But yeah, I think that's just reminding her that she's one of them, that they're all equal to each other and that sort of thing, which I really like. Now for quote number 5. But this is war. We don't have the luxury of good ideas, only picking between the bad ones. As if we needed any more confirmation that it's war, basically. It's already in the title. I feel like perhaps this is Feyre saying this, that perhaps she's come up with a especially risky plan, probably. And the others is like saying no, basically. And she's like, no, we haven't got time for good ideas. We can only pick the bad ones. Even if this is a bad one, if it's going to work, it's going to have to work. It could actually be where I assumed beforehand she might have been in like a prison or something. I wonder if maybe this leads to that. It's her giving herself over to Highburn or someone else as part of a plan. And obviously it's a bit, they're thinking it's too risky for her. But she's like, no, I'm going to do this. And she can do it. I'm sure she can. I hope. Now, quote number 6 is, I am yours and you are mine. Now, this one I think could be linked to the previous quote, the you belong to all of us one and we belong to you. This has obviously got to be Rhysand to Feyre, I assume. Just because of the way, it's totally a Rhysand thing to say. And it's lovely because obviously it's just saying that they're equals, which is what they are really about, which I love. But because of the similarity of the quote before, I can imagine Rhysand saying this to Feyre, and then so maybe someone like Moore or someone coming in and go, actually no, you belong to all of us and we all belong to you. So like, it's not just you two, we're all in this, which is, I love it. I love the Night Court, guys. The next quote is, we're all broken in our own ways, in places no one might see. Now this one's a tricky one. In some weird way, I kind of hope this is Lucian to Elaine. Elaine's feeling broken after what she's been through. Losing everything, becoming High Fae, watching her sister become High Fae, and just everything there. And I hope that maybe this is Lucian's trying to say it's okay, we're all broken, but we're all going to be okay, or something like that, because they are meant to, Sarah said about them healing together, and I really hope this is a part of that, because it would be so lovely and so sweet, and you know how much I love Lucian, so we won't go into that. But there's obviously a chance that this could be perhaps more giving Feyre a pep talk or something similar, so have to see. The next quote, number 8, is, words had become as foreign and hard to reach as stars. Now, first of all, I thought maybe this is Feyre during this imprisonment I'm imagining that she's going to have at some point. But actually, I do wonder if maybe this is after something really bad happens. Maybe the death that seems to be potentially on the cards, or something particularly bad has gone down. And I can just imagine all of them just sitting around, just broken, and just no one's able to say anything. Or one of them's hurting so bad and she can't, words aren't going to work, perhaps, with that. Now, quote number 9 is, only you can decide what breaks you, Cursebreaker, only you. So, Cursebreaker is obviously referring to Feyre, but who could it be, basically, is the big question. I think a lot of people assume it's the Suriel, which, fair enough. But I personally think it's someone else. It's not someone on the main cast, obviously, but it's someone who knows her by reputation only. I don't think the Suriel would call her by that. I think she'd probably, well, I've thanks to memes and Tumblr, I've basically become to think of the Suriel as like Gossip Girl. She's really bad, but so that's probably why. But I think perhaps maybe it could be one of the other High Lords to her, because I'm really hoping the High Lords are going to join together and kick some butt, which would be nice. Quote number 10 is, you do not fear, you do not falter, you do not yield. Now I think this could be a pep talk before battle, perhaps before a nice big battle, which would be quite cool. And it sounds quite Illyrian to me. I'm getting an Illyrian vibe from that. So it might be that we're going to have the Illyrians fighting. Hopefully those female Illyrians that I thought perhaps we would see at some point. So that'd be really cool. Or maybe they're just all together. Or just, it's going to be before a big battle, I think. I assume. Now, quote number 11 is, "It is a new world and we must decide how we are to end this old one and begin it anew." Now, this one could be a bit ambiguous. It's got to be towards the end of the book. I don't think it's going to be right at the end, but maybe like a quarter, maybe like 3/4 of the way through. But that's because I imagine it to have a long ending, I guess. But it could be that at this point they've defeated the King of Highburn, or whatever the big bad is going to be. I'm assuming it's him, but yeah, they have a way of, sometimes it'll just, actually it's this person sort of thing, and also we've got jury and other things happening, so you never know. But I think maybe when the good guys win, they're deciding what to do with him, or to do in general. Perhaps the power system has been shaken or something, or obviously something big's probably going to happen, I imagine, because it's Sarah J Maas. But I think something big is going to happen there, and they're going to have to make a lot of decisions about changes. Like, can they make everything better? Can they be better than people were before? So now that they've won, I'm guessing Pyrrhothian could be, in theory, changed as a whole. And then they've got to decide, like, how do we not become what we have just destroyed, basically. I think that's a little bit deep, isn't it? I apologise. Quote number 12. "Remember that you are a wolf and you cannot be caged." Now, in my notes, I wrote in here, I'm not 100% sure that this is necessarily directed at Feyre, but after thinking about it, it probably is. I mean, I actually put on here, maybe it could be Nesta. I think I'm a little bit obsessed with Nesta at the moment, but it's probably Feyre. It fits better with her than kind of anyone else. So Feyre, I think. Now, quote number 13. This is our last quote at the moment of recording. I can guarantee I'll finish recording and there'll be another one up. But so, "It's a rare person to face who they truly are and not run from it, not be broken by it." Now, I'm really hoping this one's about Nesta. I know I keep talking about how I'm liking Nesta at the moment, which is weird because I absolutely hated them the first time I read it, but now I'm reading it back again. I kind of really want her to be quite a bit kick-ass. She doesn't take crap. Nesta, this is. I'm just going through my notes haphazardly at the same time. Have you seen how much I've written? Like, literally. I mean, this isn't all. Most of this is all just quote stuff. I should not be allowed to be left at home with a pen and a notebook. So, from what we've heard so far, both sisters take the transformations quite differently. I'm imagining Elaine is probably going to be taking it the hardest, and I think Nesta's going to own it. She's going to be angry, but she's going to own it. I can't see her not doing that, to be honest. So yeah, I think that's going to be about Nesta for that one. So that's it. That's all the quotes we have at the moment. I'm going to stop speculating now. I mean, you guys can still write stuff in the comments and I will still reply and discuss and so on and so forth. But I'm going to try and stop actively looking for discussions now. What happens is going to happen. I hope. Thank you all for watching. I should say I'm so excited for this book launch. I don't think I've been this excited for a book. Maybe Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, actually. I was super stoked for that. And this is probably the closest, if not probably more than that, which is quite nice to have that. I'm actually agonising over whether I need to just read it super quick, get through it. I mean, not obviously overly quickly, but like, it's going to be hard to not get through this quickly, I think, or whether or not I want to just savour it. I mean, when I read A Court of Mist and Fury, I destroyed that book, which is fair enough because it pretty much destroyed me. So I think that's a fair deal, to be honest. But yeah, so with any luck, this is going to come out, and then next Saturday I shall have a review for you of the book, with any luck, if I've managed to read it. I'm hoping actually to try and do some like Vogue style stuff and maybe update as I read it, which I think could be quite fun. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes. So thank you all for watching. I got an amazing response to the last video. I am so chuffed with the most views I have received on a video in like 24 hours, I think, and then in 48 hours it's just like doubled. So thank you all so much. We've got some more subscribers now as well. We're not quite at 100 yet, so if you haven't subscribed, please do thumbs up, likes. It's all fantastic. All the analytics are looking amazing at the moment, and it's just really lovely to be able to do this and look back and think, yeah, people are actually liking what I'm doing. So I'm going to stop YouTube talking now and go finish my reread of A Court of Mist and Fury. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time, hopefully on the other side of ACOWAR. With any luck.